If you haven't watched the first 5 parts of this series now, this has gone on for a while. The Write a Task A with Me series, and make sure you go watch them now. I'll link them all here so you guys can go watch them. But essentially in those, I kind of like went through the prompt analysis, wrote the introduction, did the body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. And now we're writing the last paragraph in it, which is the conclusion, the almighty conclusion, finally tying it off, finishing what I started and hopefully on a good note. And yeah, and in the next video, I'm going to be kind of reviewing this, going over it, critiquing it and improving it. But this is the last video that I'm going to be writing the actual essay in. So I'm excited to finish it off and let's see where it goes.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. A hard time if your motion is still. Let me move some things around because the lyrics is ill.
Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Kate Robson and I scored 80 in section 2 of the GAMSAT last year. And now I've been just making videos for you guys, trying to help you guys do the same. I've also been tutoring and running an online course. And if you don't know about those and you need some help, then feel free to click one of the links in the video description and we can sort something out. If you're new here as well, please feel free to subscribe if you do like this sort of content, and like this video if you like this video, because it really does help me grow and get the word out there and helps with the algorithm and all that jazz. So today, like I said, we're going to be writing the conclusion of the Task A essay, and the Task A essay that I've been working on is predominantly to do with technology, but also about the power of technology, uses of it, how it's kind of changed humans. I suppose that's more what I'm going for. It's about how its potential to change society, human society, the potential that it still holds, the potential that it has had in the past. The essay is quite long so far because I've been working over it over the last few weeks. Your essays in real life and on the day will probably be shorter than this, but this kind of shows you, like, you know, how to have a bit of a rant, how to elongate your paragraphs and say everything that you need to say. So you could hopefully take something from this and then kind of shorten it down or use what works for you. Okay, so I just kind of quickly read through everything that I've written so far just to refresh my memory. I guess you guys can go and watch the videos if you want to do that. But essentially my overall point was that I've been saying that technology has immense potential. It's changed our our social structures. It's changed the way in which, like, we operate, the things that we rely on, how we work, how we communicate, everything like that. But I don't think it's going to change the ontology of what it means to be human. That is why humans exist, the status of our being, our raison d'etre, or essentially like the essence of what it means to be human. And I've kind of outlined that as to think and to feel, which one could argue with, but my argument is that is our ontology, that is the ontological definition of humanity. And it took me kind of a while to get there in the third paragraph, in the second body paragraph, because I think I was kind of unclear on my argument. But the conclusion is a great place to fix up perhaps the flaws in your argument if you've made any, or any gaps that you've left out, or anything that you're just not satisfied with. So I hope I can do that with this conclusion today. And I hope I can kind of like put a band-aid on all of the little wounds that I gave the essay in the last paragraph. We'll see how that goes. First of all, I'm just going to start off by like restating my points, reiterating my thesis, and yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, I've written a little bit more than just the first restating sentences, but I'll read you those now. And essentially I've just kind of like rewritten my points, but in trying to do it in a nice way that's like a bit original, that is refreshing, because I want to leave a good last impression with the reader. So I've said, epistemologically, we cannot know where technology will take us. Technology has brought us to places we once before only dreamed of, as it will likely continue to do so. However, if the ontology, the raison d'etre of humanity, is to think, to feel, and to consciously experience, and technology takes this away from us, the definition of humanity will be changed, as will the fate of this planet. Whether we like it or not, humanity has played a central role in the evolution of our planet. This may not be the same case for the universe or even our solar system for that matter, but being aware of the significant potential that technology has had and continues to have on our species provides may allow a metaphysical awareness necessary to recognize technology's capabilities. Okay, so the first bit I kind of restated my points up until as will the fate of this planet. So I think that's kind of summarizing it. And then I kind of went on to just like ramble a little bit, state the importance of it, which is that whether we like it or not, humanity has played a central role in the evolution of our planet. And then I'm saying basically that like having an awareness of the potential of technology, like I've discussed here, will provide us the necessary metaphysical awareness to recognize technology's capabilities of changing, of like changing the fate of humanity, the fate of our universe. Then I might go on to say, I'm just gonna keep on going. I'm feeling it a little bit today. Okay, it could be a bit wishy-washy, but it's also kind of like strong. It's a little bit like romantic, I hope, in the way that I've written it, or like idealistic, stylistic. It could be a bit confusing. I've tried to like use some bigger words and think about like philosophy and stuff. Hopefully that has paid off. I always do try and go for clarity instead of sounding smart though, so I can go back and correct some of it. But yeah, I'm going to read it out to you guys, and then we can kind of talk about like the structure, the aims that I've tried to succeed in the conclusion, and what kind of the conclusion should entail. So epistemologically, we cannot know where technology will take us. Technology has brought us to places we once before only dreamed of, as it will likely continue to do so. However, if the ontology, the raison d'etre of humanity is to think, to feel, and to consciously experience, and technology takes this away from us, the definition of humanity will be changed, as will the fate of this planet. Whether we like it or not, humanity has played a central role in the evolution of our planet. This may not be the same case for the universe or even our solar system, for that matter. Oh, that doesn't need to be there. But being aware of the significant potential that technology has had and continues to have on our species may allow a metaphysical awareness necessary to recognize technology's capabilities. The potentials of technology, good or evil, may be mostly solely the potentials, maybe the power of technology, good or evil, may be mostly solely explored in science fiction stories, but scholars, technology companies, and individuals alike ought to take on this responsibility as well. We might not all agree on where technology can or should take us, as our ideas of morality, ethics, and the future will naturally differ. But the agency with which we analyze the situation with technology may be the very tool that has the potential to save us or to destroy us. Okay, hopefully that was a bit of a mic drop. I think I've kind of swayed from the initial thesis, which I wrote in the introduction, but I think I'll go over that in the next video in the critique, just in terms of like congruity, how that follows on, and how I explain it in the conclusion. But I think I prefer where I've taken the conclusion is a little bit more hashed out, so maybe I'll change that when we go back into the introduction in the next video. In terms of this conclusion, I think it's quite strong. I've essentially summed up my arguments here. I've stated the importance of it, and why my argument is important. Then I've kind of started to talk about like the limitations of my point, considering different perspectives and why perspectives on the matter will change. And then I've kind of brought it back to the point and stated a bit of a call to action that isn't hopefully too on the nose, too dramatic, but at least feels urgent enough for you to go do something. So yeah, I think that's everything. I think I might have saved this essay and I'm excited to review it in the next video. It'll be good to go over everything that I've written, kind of fix it up and then show you guys the finished product. But if you have watched up until now in this series, and I really do appreciate it, thank you for sticking with me. I hope this was helpful in showing you how I actually write my essays and how I break it down and break down each of the paragraphs and stuff. If you do need more help, I do naturally go over all of this in my course even further. So if you need some extra help, then feel free to sign up below. But yeah, this is kind of how I write my Task A essays. Intro, body 1, body 2, and conclusion. And I hope for the best, really. Yeah, there's no one way to do anything, but this I find works for me, and I'm still kind of developing it and hashing it out and learning about it and learning from my past mistakes and things. So I hope that this has helped you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did watch up until now, please feel free to give it a like, comment down below what you thought of the essay, what you thought of the conclusion, and subscribe if you're not already. And yeah, other than that, I guess I'll just see you for the next video very soon.
So girls, move it around. If you see your main dog, get the brother a pound and just come on, just